Welcome to another episode of Build, Burn, Become. I'm Fred Moore, and today my guest is a blast from the past. Her name is Michelle Caravella, and Caravella. Sorry, and we've been friends since our 20s, and we haven't seen each other in probably 25 years, right?
Yep.
It's been a really long time, and you became a transformation coach. And I was really excited when I came across you on social media because we sort of like, we have that past where when we were young, we partied and we were wild and we had so much fun. I remember that time when we were driving in your truck and and I fell asleep, okay? And then next thing I know, I'm waking up and we were off-roading in Mountainside, which is like a regular town. So
I had the best trail that I used to go on every night before I went home.
Oh, that was like your way of just winding down the evening?
Yeah.
That was amazing. I woke up, I thought we were dying. I thought we were going off a cliff. And you got the biggest kick out of it because you knew I was passed out, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like, I'm going to scare the shit out of these kids. Was Jerry in the car too?
Yes,
yeah.
That's right. I don't know if he was sleeping though, but
I think you both were. I'm like, I'm gonna wake these mofo's up.
yeah, you did. I was like, I couldn't. I've told that story a million times to people.
Me too. It's like the best story ever.
Yeah, I love stuff like that. I look back.
I love that truck. I miss that truck.
Yeah, that was a cool truck. Yeah, and that's what I remember about you. You were just such a cool girl. We had the same. We liked the same music. And we were like into heavy metal and everything. Still are.
Still are. Yeah.
Yeah. And and then we didn't talk for
forever.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell ever happened? I remember you as Clayton, not Frederick.
Yeah.
Fred.
Right, my middle name.
Like, what the hell ever happened with Clayton? And no one's, he's married now, and I had no idea you were looking so fit and you're into this whole fitness thing.
Yeah, and
awesome.
Same with you.
Yes.
And our paths cross again on this new level now where I was so psyched to see what you were doing, helping people out. I've been following you on social media, and I see a lot of people are connecting with you, and you're helping a lot of people. And I was dying to have you come on and talk about it because it fits the scope of Build, Burn, Become, what the podcast is about. You're a perfect guest. Basically, I know who you are from back in the day, and I know people change a little bit, but sometimes we still hold on to it. So I just want to know who's Michelle now, and what are you up to?
A lot's happened since we were kids.
Yeah.
A lot of partying happened when we were kids, and a lot of that happened even, I would say, into my mid-20s. I was married at 22 and divorced at 25. So that that was like it was hard, but it made me stronger. And I always tell people if I ever had to live my life again, I would still marry him and divorce him because it just made me who I am today. So fast forward to my new husband, I got married again. I found a great guy, and we had two beautiful girls, and I just ballooned up to like over 200 pounds. I was like 215 pounds. And I was lost. I was like, whose body is this and where did Michelle go? So it took a lot for me to accept that I had gained all this weight, and I almost was so upset with myself for letting myself get that way. But everyone's like, oh, you have two beautiful girls, Michelle, you're beautiful. My husband loved me no matter what. So, but I wasn't happy with myself. So I would go to bed at night and literally cry.
Oh my God.
And I was like, I can't live like this. This is not me. I'm like, I'm like, I'm renting this fat suit. This is not me. I need to return it, but I don't know how to return this thing.
So you didn't feel inside your mind you were living the identity that you had in your mind. You felt like you were somebody else, literally, like a living imposter.
Yes. Totally. I felt not right. And I took it out on my husband. I took it out on my kids. Like
really?
I was just angry because I was suffering, I guess, silently inside of this overweight body. My back hurt, my legs hurt, everything hurt. And I really did think that pregnancy weight would come off, but it really, it was hard for me.
Right.
Everyone's different. And I was comparing myself to so many different people.
Right.
And I was like, you know what? there was one quote that I saw, and it said, "Stop complaining about how fat you are if you're not doing anything about it."
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh shit!" I'm like, you know what? I really haven't tried as hard as I should.
Right.
You know, I try to eat healthy and stuff, but but I was like, I got to just do something. I got to make a change. So I started juicing fruits and vegetables.
Right.
My cousin was doing it at the time, and she had a lot of weight loss from it. And I was like, I could do that. Let me give that a try. And I loved it. I mean, the juices were amazing. I even opened up like a Facebook page and shared all my recipes. Like, I was really into this.
Do you still have that Facebook page?
Yeah, I don't run it anymore.
Yeah.
So the weight was coming off, and I started to feel good. I was getting a lot of energy from the juices, and I loved all the nutrients I was getting.
Right.
So after about a year, the weight loss stopped, and I still had another like 40 or 50 pounds to go, but everything stopped. So, but I still continued to juice because it was healthy, and it made me feel good.
Sure.
But lo and behold, after being at a point of no movement of the scale, I was getting so tired of chopping up the vegetables and cleaning the machine, and it was just such a pain in the friggin' ass, honestly.
Right.
And I wasn't getting any more results, so I knew I had to find something new. So that's when I got introduced to Isagenix, which is a nutritional cleansing program, and you tried it too. I'm glad you gave it a try.
Yeah.
It's just protein shakes and a nice cleanse that cleans out your insides and resets everything. And detoxes, and I love it. So I was like, you know what? I'm doing juices. I'm already doing 2 juices a day. 2 shakes is going to be so much more convenient for me. 30 seconds to make, and they were more filling, more protein, and more fiber that I was getting before.
Right.
So I was like, I have nothing to lose. So I got on the program, just tried to lose, tried to pass my plateau. And little by little, the weight was coming off a lot faster than it was with juicing, that's for sure.
Right.
A lot easier, and I felt a lot more better. So I was like getting my old self back. My husband saw a change in me. My kids saw that mommy was happier, and that was it. I was like, this is the me that I was looking for all these years. So I was just thrilled.
Right.
Really.
Yeah. So when you got to that point, you realized that there was just no going back now, right?
Hell freaking no.
Yeah.
There's no going back.
Yeah.
No way. I mean, I sometimes see that scale move, and I like put my foot down so quickly. I'm like, hell no. I do not want to go back to that ever again. I'm still not where I want to be, and I'm always a work in progress. But I'm definitely much more happier in my skin, and putting on clothes and going clothes shopping is fun now. Like, expensive because now everything fits me.
So you're buying everything.
And I'm like, oh wow, this looks good too, and so does this.
Yeah.
But yeah, so yeah, it's changed a lot, really.
Wow. Yeah, that's amazing. So now, as you have gotten into, so you got to that part where you transformed your body, and it seemed like your mind was just looking to rediscover yourself. So what happened afterwards? Because I think the story continues. More of your life started to change, right?
Oh yeah. So I had no intentions of selling Isagenix. Isagenix is like network marketing company. So I'm essentially you become a distributor for them. So they just save tons of money on advertising and then just use the people like word of mouth to get their product out there. So I found something that essentially worked amazing for me, and I've tried everything before. Weight Watchers, Jenny Craig, Nutrisystem, juicing.
Right.
I tried everything, so I knew I found something amazing. And I would say I'm a very big avid person on social media, so I'm always posting like my journey, no matter what it is, big or small, or my turmoils. And I remember always struggling with my weight, and everybody on Facebook knew I was struggling with my weight. But now all of a sudden, I had a solution, and I put it out there. I'm like, I can't believe I lost, 17 pounds now. I was like 6 weeks into the program, and I kind of cheated a little bit, but I was like, oh my God, this is still working. So I just put it out there with no intentions of selling this. I just put it out there as I would normally put anything out there.
Right.
And everybody was messaging, oh my God, Michelle, you look amazing. Oh my God, well, I need to try this. How do I get this? How do I do this? So I was like referring them all to my coach. And I'm like, why don't you guys all, talk to Pete?
Right.
This is my friend Pete's the one who signed me up. And he's like, Michelle, why don't you just coach them? He's like, you can make some money doing this too. At least you could get your products paid for.
Right.
And I was like, okay, I was like, all right, let me try to get them on. I mean, it was my best friend and some friends from school and my mom and even my husband signed up. So little by little, the money was coming in, and I was like, wow, this is pretty exciting. So once that happened, I was like content with that. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get my products paid for and just keep it at that. But I coached an ex-boyfriend of mine once, and he lost 75 pounds.
Amazing.
He was a whole new man, and he texted me, and he goes, Michelle, thank you so much. You saved my life. And I stared at my phone for like 20 minutes, and I was like, holy freaking shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, I've sit behind a desk for 25 years doing paperwork for
Right.
somebody else, and
Right.
now I could actually make a difference in people's lives. And that's when I started pushing a little bit more of the Isagenix solution to more people and promoting it more and trying to actually save more lives. Like that, to me, that is the most gratifying thing in the world.
Yeah.
So it's definitely been very rewarding. And then on top of that, the income grew. More people started sharing under me, and their people started sharing, and then you have a whole team of people from all over the world. I have my team's in China, the UK, Canada, and
How do you get people in China involved?
I don't know, the people under me know people from those places.
Right.
So it's just amazing. We're in 18 countries right now, so I just can't wait to save everyone globally. Why
That's
not?
a great cause to have.
Right.
I like that. It's a mission.
It
Yeah.
is a mission. And
Well, now I went on the program. Was like 6 months ago,
Yeah.
whatever. Maybe a little less. And I connected with you because like 20 years, I've been doing my own nutrition and stuff. I mean, I've gone to nutritionists, personal trainers in the past. I've learned things, picked up things. I would reuse their programs and whatnot. But whenever I tried to go back to one of those, I really didn't. It didn't work for me. Something was wrong. Like my mind wasn't quite going where it needed to go. So when I connected with you on it, I went on the program, and I lost 10 pounds, like quick.
Right.
It was really quick. And what I liked about it was that I stayed on track the whole time. And I just needed something fresh and something new, something that would stimulate me more. Like the other things, they were good.
Yeah.
There's tons of good programs, but the best program, whether it's diet or exercise, is the program that you're actually going to stick to. It doesn't matter, whatever people say.
Right.
If you're not going to stick to it, it's not going to work. And I stuck to it long enough that it got into
plus
summertime.
you had me harassing you every day.
That was the best part about it. That was
I'm
the
like,
best
how you
part
doing
about it.
today?
Yeah, I mean, how many times did I say, "Oh, I'm having a rough one here. I gotta."
Yeah.
And one of the tough things for me is I got a little daughter at home, so there's snacks.
Yes.
And you can't really remove the temptation. It's there, and I'm a stress eater too. So if I'm stressed out, I'm gonna eat those things in there that. But there was some good stuff like the chocolate and those maltodextrin.
Yeah, we have our own stress eaters
Oh,
that are
and
healthy.
Do you know what saved me one night? You said just make a brownie in the microwave with the protein powder.
Oh, right.
And I did that.
Oh, you did that.
Yeah, and my daughter's like, "What is that?" And I'm like, "It's a microwave brownie thing." And she liked it.
Yeah, that's
so
good,
I was
healthy,
like,
that's
"You know what?"
healthy food for your kids.
Yeah, otherwise she was going to be hitting those
Bad sugar,
Yeah.
our sugar sources, everything. You can't even compare the quality of ingredients with our shakes versus anything out there.
Right.
Like GNC does not even come close to what we put in our products. So
Right.
that's another thing that I'm really into, like ingredients wise. So when I did that whole juicing thing, I was like on the no GMO strike. I signed every petition out there.
Right.
I tried to buy organic everywhere I can. I was really into trying to nourish my body properly. But
Right.
there's still so much of a gap that we have in our source of foods today. Like our soil is so depleted of minerals. So how is our food source getting those nutrients?
Right.
We have to find other ways. So that's what Isagenix does. It just fills that whole gap of nutrition and floods your body with stuff that should have been there. Like 50 years ago, you could eat one apple and get its nutrients. Now you need a bushel of apples to eat to get the equivalent of what one apple was 50 years ago. That's
Yeah,
how scary
right.
our food sources today.
Right.
Plus, it takes the guesswork out of meal prepping and all that. So it's just,
Yeah.
it's so convenient, so good for your body, and it really does let things start processing better internally, and that's where the biological part of Isagenix people don't understand is it's all internal. So everything starts to just run efficiently, like a smooth machine.
Yes, right. Yes, a well-oiled machine.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and that was exactly how I felt with it. And meal prepping at that time, when I was using it, wasn't really possible for me. I was too busy.
Yeah.
And I do meal prep, and I'm doing it right now, but I'm only kind of halfway doing it. Like right now would be a perfect time for me to complement my meal prepping with the Isagenix.
Right.
So I see its versatility,
Exactly.
And in fact, just talking about it, I'm a little psyched here because it's going to be Halloween pretty soon. Then we got 30 days, and then it'll be Thanksgiving. So
Yes.
I should do like a 30-day thing, so that when I get to Thanksgiving, I'm like maybe 5 or 10 pounds
lot.
down, so I could crush a turkey and
Oh,
maybe have
yeah.
a few beers and some pumpkin pie and not feel bad about it.
Oh, exactly. And I had just signed someone up, went over her box yesterday. I have a new girl on, and I get so excited when new people come on. And she has to lose 100 pounds.
Right.
So that's big.
Yeah.
So for her to start now, right before the holidays, I'm like, you're starting at the most amazing time because first of all those cravings are going to change, and you're going to nip that whole holiday bulge like in the bud.
Right.
Chances are you could lose weight through the holidays, which would be a total win. But if you stay the same, that's still a win.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm excited for her, man.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
good. Everybody's going up 10 pounds easy over the holidays.
Oh, yeah.
And then January comes and they're freaking out. They're like, oh my God, it's so.
Yeah.
It would be so great if you could just stay at zero.
Yeah.
Not gain any weight. And,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the perfect time. Every time's the perfect time, but yeah, health is definitely number one. So yeah, that's pretty much how my life changed. I mean, we used to get high on weed. Now we get high on endorphins.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And actually, speaking of endorphins, you tried cryo today for the first time.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
do you feel like
I
endorphins?
I feel pretty pumped. Like I feel like I had a workout.
Yeah.
Like a good workout. And I'm relaxed at the same time.
Yes, it does. Everybody reports that they feel relaxed and they report better sleep at night and everything.
Right. I can't wait for that.
basically-
Although I do sleep well.
Yeah,
So we'll see.
I bet you will.
Yeah.
I bet you will. So I just wanted to ask you too. Things like in your life, you seem like you're pretty dialed in. So do you have a routine that you typically stick to? Like, what's your walk us through a day? A
day?
typical day. Like,
Okay.
what do you do?
I'm glad you think I'm dialed in because I think I'm a hot mess.
Well, like you said, we're all work in progress, right?
So
And we're our worst critic
yeah.
too.
Well, I have 2 kids and I run my husband's business as well. I was able to retire from my full-time job thanks to Isagenix. So that was one thing that I was really excited about. After the income grew with Isagenix, I saw that I had doubled my income at my full-time job, and I wanted to just spend more time home with the kids and then run my Isagenix business there. So I run my husband's excavating company, that Isagenix, and then
Wow.
my 10-year-old now, she sells slime.
Slime, yes, I saw
It's
that.
the biggest craze.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Now that's amazing because I think she's looking at what you're doing.
I think so too, and I don't mind her, walking in mommy's footsteps
Sure.
because she's got to learn business. I think everybody's got to learn business.
Yeah.
It should always be an elective, because that's always something somebody could fall back on. And now with so many home-based companies out there, it's always good to have that business mindset.
Right.
So yeah, she's 10 selling slime, and mommy's doing a lot of her work for
Yeah.
her. I do her Instagram videos, I take photos and put them on the website.
Wow.
I ship out boxes of products for her, and I'm trying to get her to get more involved. She just makes the slime and plays with it. So I'm like, Kayla, you gotta get going.
Wait, she actually makes the
Yeah,
slime?
she makes it.
Like, is there...
Glue, and she has a couple other activators, but glue is the main thing.
Yeah.
She uses like a borax solution sometimes, or Stay Flow is like a liquid starch, and she just keeps working it in until it gets to like the perfect texture where it's not too sticky.
And it's all like different colors and stuff.
She changes color. She puts glitter, beads. Some is cloudy. Some is
Yeah.
floams. I don't know. I can't believe I know all these words, but yeah, there's lots of different kinds of slime.
Right, yeah.
And she scents them too. Like there's one that she has right now. It's like a watermelon, real like clear red. We called it blood clot. It's like a Halloween one.
Yeah.
And it's got little red beads in it.
Uh-huh.
And it smells like watermelon, but it's like, I'm like, Kayla, I need to play with that. Like it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to a slime convention this weekend. She's going to her first one.
Slime convention.
Yeah, they have
Nice.
these girls telling everyone out there, slime is the thing. There's girls out there, they have like 1 million followers on Instagram, and they have like a restock day. They put their slime out on advertisement. They said, all right, 5 p.m. on like a Saturday, I'm going to restock. 3 seconds later, all their slime is sold out. They must make like $10,000 in like 3 minutes. Yeah.
Wow.
They're making loads of money, these girls. But there's high competition out there.
Yeah,
which
of course.
I've noticed. So
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know, Kayla, how far we'll get. But, she's got to grow her following. That's probably the trick.
Yeah, she has to get out ahead.
Yeah.
Have something unique to catch the eye,
Exactly.
like everybody else.
Yeah.
Like this podcast, right?
Right.
I mean, there's
you got to grow.
there's more podcasts out there. It's like sand.
And that's what it is with the slime thing.
Yeah,
Like
right.
everyone's making slime, and
Yeah.
a lot of moms don't allow slime, so no one's buying slime. So, because kids make a mess in their house of it. I'm like, see, kids, you don't know how to play with slime. You got to stay at the kitchen table because
Right.
you're ruining it for us.
Right. Don't ruin it.
But yeah, so back to the typical day of me. Sorry, I got sidetracked with
That's
slime.
all right. That happens.
So yeah, I wake up, I get the kids on the bus, and I hit the gym. That's like the first thing I have to do. If I wait to go to the gym, it probably never will happen.
Right. I'm the same way.
So if I get that gym over with right away, I am thrilled. I get home, I work a little bit of my Isagenix business, reach out to people, follow up with people, contact my current cleansers or people I'm coaching currently, people that have fell off, see if they've reached their goal, if there's a new product out, I want to tell everybody about it.
Right.
So, that takes a few hours for me. I try to put in at least 2 hours or 3 a day with that, and then my husband's business I work on as well, pay bills and do that, and then kids come home and then it's all that. Then there's slime making, and then there's dinner and homework and back to bed. And I do podcasts. We have team calls at night, so I always jump on those right when the kids are getting to bed, and I try to read like a self-help book before bed.
Wow.
Yeah, something like maybe a few pages before my eyes really shut.
Right.
I try for 10 pages, but it's like 3, and then my eyes are like, poof.
That's great, though. Most people don't even really read much nowadays to begin with. And I remember somebody, can't remember the guy's name, it was somebody on YouTube, but he said, if all you got to do is read like 2 or 3 books a year and you're ahead of the game compared to everybody else. Most people don't read
Right.
article in a magazine, let alone...
It's so good to do. I mean, I can't believe I'm reading, number one.
Right.
Number 2, I've noticed a big difference in my mental state, I guess you could say, and how I handle things. And I think it's because I'm reading and learning how to maneuver and my mannerisms and why I do what I do and how I react. And, it's definitely changed the thought processes.
Right.
Throughout the day, yeah.
Yeah. And what time are you waking up? You get up real early?
Thanks for pointing that out. I just told myself I am getting up earlier than the kids because I used to get up with them.
Yeah.
Or a few minutes before them and then get myself ready and then get them ready. But now I'd like to get up earlier and I feel like I'm not as productive because I have so much on my plate and I'm spreading myself too thin.
Right.
So if I got up a little bit earlier, I could at least start my day and do like the mundane shit like laundry and
Right.
straighten up the house or whatever,
Yeah.
and get their lunches ready. At least I could do that earlier instead of always being rushed before the bus.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I get up like 4 o'clock every morning.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah,
I
but
was thinking like 6, and I did try today 6, and then I pushed the alarm till like 6:30.
oh, that's like late for me.
Yeah.
I can't. The problem is I'm so used to waking up early now. Is if I go to bed too late, I still wake up early, and I really feel
Right.
horrible.
What time do you go to bed?
8, 9 o'clock.
Oh, that's early.
Yeah. I mean,
the kids are up at like, they're still not in bed till like 9:30.
my daughter's going to bed around that time too, and yeah, as she gets older, she's gonna start going to bed later. I'm gonna be going to bed before.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be kissing her like, bye, I'm going to bed.
My husband falls asleep at 8, and I'm putting them all to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah, but so you found a way though. So a lot of problems in when fitness, when people are trying to change their lives around and they're trying to get their diet together and everything. A lot of times they'll say, "Well, I have a family, I have kids. What am I supposed to do? I don't have time." It sounds like what you're saying though is that because you want that morning hour or so to yourself, you found a way to kind of get around it.
Even when I had a full-time job, I made time. I made sure.
Yeah.
It's got to be a priority. Because once you get that workout in, you feel like a rock star for the rest of the day.
Yes.
I swear to God, I'm like, and I feel like the biggest accomplishment in the day is a workout. So once you get that done, everything is just going to happen smoothly, I think, throughout the day.
Yeah, it's a win.
Yeah.
You feel like a winner.
Yes.
So if no matter how big or small that win is, it's a win.
Yeah,
A win is a win.
If you did a half-ass workout, it's still better than being on the couch or,
Right.
or being home and not doing one.
Right, exactly.
So when I had a full-time job, I used to work out after work. So I used to arrange with my husband. How I got into fitness, though, is not... So I was in Isagenix. I
Right.
lost all the weight. I lost 80 pounds, by the way, from juicing and Isagenix. So I did not work out. I maybe went for jogs. I did that Couch to 5K app where it teaches you how to run. Like
Yeah.
the first couple days is like 30 seconds run and then 30 seconds walk. And then it just teaches you how to run the full 5K.
Right.
So I did that way back when, and that was the first thing I did. But then my husband was always into fitness. He's been working out since he was 16, so he's got big muscles. And he got me a gift certificate for training sessions at the Gold's Gym when we lived up north.
Nice.
And I was like, how am I going to go? I got the kids. I got to pick up the kids. I don't have time. And he's like, well, make it time. They have daycare there. You could bring the kids there.
Boom.
And I'm like, oh, duh. I'm like, all right, let's
Yeah.
do this. And then I just got hooked. And I really do like having a trainer because it keeps me accountable. I have an appointment that I got to go to, and I can't cancel. Another gym that if people can't afford a trainer, I do Orange Theory also,
Right.
which is you have to log in your time slot, and if you cancel, you lose your money.
Yeah, right.
Essentially,
Yeah.
so it's like an appointment you have to make.
Yep.
So I started working out with. After I lost all the weight, I started working out, and I started to feel much better. Like it was just like a whole different level of rock stars.
Yeah. Right.
And I was like, damn, I got addicted to it. And then, and now coaching other people on the program, it keeps me in check. Like I was like, you know what, I see other people still losing weight. Like I have people on, like kicking it, killing it under me, and like that I'm coaching. And I'm like, okay, I have to stand in integrity. So I have to go to the gym just for that reason alone.
Yeah.
So it's
Right.
it's a win-win for
Yeah.
me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the story you have, the transformation, and now you're helping other people. It's really inspiring, and it's just sitting down with you and having this intense one-on-one conversation. It's really been able to refocus my energy, and I think I'm at a stage in my life right now where I need that constant feedback from other people. It's just the way it is. I'm aware of who I am, and I think you basically said the same thing too. We're always a work in progress. So, I mean, this conversation was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, how do people get in touch with you? Do you have a web page, or are you just social media, Facebook? And Instagram?
Facebook is probably the best way. I'm also on Instagram, but you can find me on Facebook, Michelle Caravella.
Okay, Michelle Caravella. And then on Instagram, it's Coach Caravella.
Coach Caravella, yeah, on Instagram.
CAR.
AVELLA.
Okay, very good. And no website?
No.
Yeah, all right.
No, we don't need one.
Yeah, right. I know. It's kind of like.
They talk to me. I find their goals, and I see what what their hang-ups are, and and then I direct them to the proper tools that that Isagenix puts out. So they have so much stuff out there. So you
Right.
really need someone to guide you to the exact proper stuff for that person. If you need to lose 100 pounds, I need to show you something that's geared towards that. If you need to lose 15 pounds, or if you need to increase your performance, let me send you to this.
Right.
So that's what I do. And then I just,
Yeah.
see if it's a fit for them, and hopefully they jump on board.
Yeah, and then you wind up directly contacting, right, with your text messaging and everything. Like, that's what you did with me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we keep in touch
That
with text. And
that's what I remember was the coolest, because I'm like in my truck, like, hey, what should I do, or whatever, and you were very helpful. All right, so this went by fast.
It did.
I definitely would like you to come back, because this was really cool, and I think we have way more stuff to talk about. We just kind of scratched the surface, but it was good to have you come on, and it was good for us to reunite like this too.
I know. I'm so excited to see you.
Yeah, this is so cool.
So cool.
Before we go, I just want to do a little housekeeping here. We got some sponsors here. So for listeners of this show, and you might be interested in this too. This podcast is sponsored by Beachbox. You mentioned Orange Theory. Beachbox has the same type of workout system. There's smart technology involved. You can see your heart rate on the board. But with Beachbox, the difference is we pay you to work out. You earn Beachbox rewards when you basically do a workout. The harder you work out, the more you earn, and you can use it. You can spend those Beachbox rewards for free coffee and massages and things like that.
Oh, I might have to drive up here to do that.
Yeah, the massages are awesome, and there's so many other things that are available. But yeah, basically it's a cardio kickboxing, functional training using smart boxing technology. And with you use the code 3BPOD, you get $100 off on a membership package. So you want to use the number 3, the letter B, POD. It means build, burn, become POD. That's clever, right? Yeah. $100 off a package, and it's the unlimited package, so you can work out as much as you want with us. Guaranteed to burn 500 to 1,000 calories. And you have fun while you're working out. You can visit beachboxnow.com, and you can book your next fitness experience on the website. And also, this podcast is sponsored by CryoElite Cryotherapy. You can use the code 3BCHILL, and you get $100 off of a package. So if you use both of those codes together, you get a whopping $200 off, which is really awesome. Cryotherapy, we offer whole body cryotherapy and cryo body slimming and toning, and we do cryo parties and massage, and we have more coming. We just opened up, so we got some more things to add. So that's about it. Thanks everybody for tuning in to another podcast. Coach Caravella here. Check her out. Go to her Facebook page and Instagram at Coach Caravella and hook up with her. Ask her about how to transform your life. She will guide you through it. I guarantee you, she helped me a lot with things, and it was a fun experience. So until next time, goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
Take care.
Become a better you.